I'm Josephine Lucy, President of CSBA. I'm in Sacramento today. We've just finished a press conference surrounded by AXA, CASBO, and superintendents from across the state. We're here in support of AB 146, Kristen Olson's legislation to repeal the cap on school district reserves.
Good morning. Thank you so much for being here this morning as we introduce AB 146, which would restore school districts' authority to build healthy budget reserves. It is vital, just as it's vital for the state of California to build healthy reserves in order to ensure financial stability for the state. It is just as vital for our school districts to be able to build healthy reserves for the good of our students, our teachers, and everybody who works in a school anywhere in California.
Good morning. I'm Josephine Lucy, President of CSBA and a school board member in the Cupertino Union School District. This mandate to spend reserves is an affront not only to local control, but to sensibility. This cap limits school districts to days, not months, but days of cash flow and payroll. It is fiscally irresponsible. Roughly 40% of the districts in the state have less than 1,000 students. Their budgets are small. How will they plan for their next roofing or HVAC project? How will they say solvent during the next round of mid-year budget cuts? Consider basic aid districts, which receive only property tax revenue, which comes in 2 installments per year. How will a few days of cash flow help these 100 or so districts? They will be forced to borrow to make payroll. And with low reserves, lenders will charge a higher interest rate because of the greater risk of insolvency. Reserves are what helps school districts weather unexpected cost increases and the volatility of state revenue. This year's CalSTRS rate hike came just a few weeks before budgets were adopted, and many districts are covering this year's increase with local reserves as they take this year to plan for even higher increases next year. Some may say that the state is building a reserve so school districts don't need to. Not so. Think about what will happen the first year the state puts something into the Prop 98 reserve account. Just $1 will trigger all districts to spend their reserves. Districts will immediately be left without sufficient funding and sufficient financial protections, while it could be years, even a decade, before the state's Prop 98 reserve account reaches $1 or $2 billion. The idea of a safety net for schools at the state level is a facade. Local reserves are critical for district solvency and, more importantly, for the stability and the consistency of the education of the students of California. And that is why we are here. This foolish, short-sighted, and fiscally irresponsible law must be repealed. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblywoman Olson and Senator Fuller, for introducing this bill to eliminate the cap on school reserves and inviting me to share my thoughts on this important topic. Let me say that I echo vigorously everyone who has spoken before me's sentiments. School districts are exiting 5 years of the most turbulent funding in memory. And had this proposed reserve cap been in place over the last 5 years, Modesto City Schools would have been in receivership. Our healthy reserves, coupled with concessions by our employee groups, enabled Modesto City Schools to continue operating when we were abandoned by the state, and we did feel abandoned. Our employees, no matter what their role, know their work affects student outcomes. I remind them of this constantly. Our goal is student achievement. Education is about the students. So I'd like to know, how does this reserve cap benefit our students? Thank you.
For more information, please check csba.org.